what are the different transfer types, and what is auto initialization, and memory to memory, how the memory to memory transfer used to take place. Today we are going to discuss all these things along with the priority, how the priority is fixed, as well as the different descriptions of the different registers which are used in 8237. So first is transfer type. We know that we have three modes in which the 8237 DMA controller used to work. The first one is single transfer mode, block transfer mode, and the demand transfer mode. Now, each of these three active transfer mode can be performed three different types of the transfers. Now, the three different types of the transfers are read, write, as well as the verify. What is the write transfer? Write transfer is going to copy the data from the input output device to the memory. Whenever it is a transfer type write, it means we are writing into the memory from the input output device. So data is being copied from the input output device and it is copied in the memory. And how it is being done, since we have to write something on the memory, so memory write signal will be activated, as well as since we have to read the input output device, so input output read signal will be activated. So meaning thereby the write transfer is able to copy the data from the input output device to the memory device by activating memory write signal as well as input output read signal. Similarly, whenever we do the read operation, read operation means we try to copy the data from the memory to the input output devices. So writing transfer is a kind of a transfer in DMA in which we are writing into the memory, and whenever we are having transfer type read, it means we are reading the memory. So writing of the memory is being done in the write transfer type by reading the input output device, and read transfer type operation in DMA controller is being done by reading the memory device and then copying the data into the input output device. So in the second case, in the read transfer type, memory read signal will be activated as well as input output write signal will be activated. Now, what is verify? Verify transfers is known as pseudo transfer. Now, 8237, that is DMA controller, it operates as either in the read or the write transfer, and therefore it will be generating the addresses as well as it is responding to the end of the process. However, the memory as well as the input output control lines all remain inactive while doing the verifying process. Now, verify mode is not permitted. Verify mode is not permitted in case of memory to memory operation, and ready signal is being ignored during the verify transfer. So these are the three types of transfer which is being done in the with the help of 8237 DMA controller. Then what do you mean? What is the meaning of auto initialization? Now, during auto initialization, what happens, as we have discussed, that we have 4 registers which is associated with the individual channel. One is current address register and the current word count register, and along with that we have base register as well as the base word count register. So whatever value of current address register is, it is also stored in the base register, and whatever value of the current word count register, it is also stored in the base word count register. So what happens during auto initialization? What happens? Whatever original value which is residing in the current address register and the current word count register are automatically, now these values are also stored in the base register and the base address register and the base word count register. So automatically the value of current register and the current word registers are being loaded by the values of base address register and the base word count register of the channel, of the respective channel, because every channel will be having its own current address register, count word register, base address register, and the base word count register. So whenever we do auto initialization, whatever is the value of current address register and the current word count register will be, it will be replaced by the value of base address register and the base word count register. And how and why it is so? Because the base register and the base word count registers are loaded simultaneously when with the current registers by the microprocessor. Whenever microprocessor is loading something into the current register and the current word count register, it also load the same value in the base address and the base word count register. So during DMA process, whatever DMA process is going on, the base address content and the base word count content is not going to change. It is the value of the current address register and the current word count register which are going to be changed. For example, current address register contains that address which is currently handled by the DMA operation. And the current word count register contains those number of counts which is to be copied. So it is going to change because one address is accessed, then the next address has to be accessed. So the CAR value is going to change. And similarly, when the one byte is already transferred, so it means it is going to be decremented. So what happens, and we want it to do it again with the auto initialization process. So auto initialization will do what it will do. It will reload the values of base address and the base word count register into the current address and the current word count register. And in this particular mode, the mask bit is not set when the channels are in the auto initialization mode. So mask bit is remain ignored and it is not being set. It is not necessary to set the mask bit. Now the next one is the memory to memory transfer. How the memory to memory transfer used to take place with the help of DMA controller. Now memory to memory means there is a content, there will be a source memory, there will be a destination memory. So source memory data, the content of the source memory has to be copied into the destination memory. So to perform such block transfer from one memory space to another memory space, we want that there should be less efforts to be taken as well as there should be less time. So what is assigned for that memory to memory transfer? That channel 0 represents the source address. Source address of what? Current address register is used to point the source address of the channel 0. And the current address of the channel 1 represents the destination address of the first transfer cycle. Now data bytes from the source address, and now how it is being done? Channel 0 current address register will be representing the source address, and channel 1 current address register will be representing the destination address. So whenever the source content of the source address is being copied into the destination address, it is not done automatically. First of all, the content of the source address will be copied in a temporary register. And then in the next transfer cycle, data from the temporary register is now stored to the memory which is pointed by the, which is assigned by the destination address. So whatever is the content of the source address, it is first copied in the temporary register, and then in the next instruction cycle, the content of the temporary register is copied at the destination memory or the destination memory address. And after each data transfer, the address registers are decremented or incremented according to the current setting, whatever setting it may be. If we want the content of the source address and content of the source address is in ascending order, and we want these content to be stored at the destination in the ascending order. So it means the addresses will be incremented. But if we want to store the data in the descending order, then in that case, the current source, current address register of channel 0 and the current address register of the channel 1 will be decremented. It depends that what kind of setting has been done. Now, one more thing is important, that when we talk about channel 1 current word register is also decremented by 1 after each data transfer. So source address, which is residing in the current address register, and the total count, that how much byte has to be transferred, is stored in the count register. So if it is being incremented, so destination address and the destination count will also be incremented or decremented depending upon that. And when all the count is finished, all the data has been transferred, the terminal count is generated, which is causing the end of the process, and it is activating the end of the process line, and then it is going to terminate the services. So this is how the important point related to memory transfer is, whenever we have a source memory and we have a destination memory, channel 0 will be addressing the source address, and channel 1 will be representing the destination address as well as the count. And it is not directly copied. It is first copied in the temporary register, and then from the temporary register, it is copied to the destination part. Then we have priority. 8237 DMA controller has two types of priority encoding, which is available as the instruction selectable options. The first one is the fixed priority, and second one is the rotating priority. As far as the fixed priority is concerned, the priority of the individual channels are fixed. It is based either on the ascending values or on the descending values. Whenever we talk about ascending value or descending values, it means if we are talking about descending values, so it means channel number 3 will have lowest priority, then channel number 2, then channel number 1, and channel number 0 will have the highest priority. If we are talking about the ascending order, then in that case, channel 0 will be having lowest priority, 1, then 2, and channel 3 will be having the highest priority. Now, after the recognition of any channel for the service, the other channel is prevented. Once a channel has been activated, one channel is being taken into the account for DMA transfer, other channels are prevented for interfering for any kind of the services until the channel which is being handled by the DMA controller is completed. Till now, all the channels are terminated, held, prevented for making any kind of request, irrespective of having priority level high or low. Now, this priority is designed or defined in a certain manner just because of the reason that there is a possibility that more than one devices which are connected with the different channels may be in requirement of having the DMA services simultaneously. So DMA controller has to decide which channel has to be taken first. And that is why it fixes the priority. It do some setting by which it is going to fix the priority, and based on that priority, it will be doing. If the priority is set on the basis of the descending order, meaning thereby channel 3 is having the highest priority and channel 2 is having the priority which is less than the channel 3, and the two devices which are connected with channel 3 and channel 2 are going to make a request simultaneously at the same time, then the device which has requested with the help of channel 3 will be taken first, because channel 3 is having the higher priority than the channel 2. Now, besides having the fixed priority, we also have a rotating priority. Then what is the rotating priority? Rotating Priority is a kind of a scheme in which the last channel which already have the services which is already serviced by the 8237 DMA controller will have now the lowest priority. Suppose the first priority, the first service is being done by 0 is having highest and 3 is having the lowest. And suppose the device which is connected with the channel 1 has been entertained by the DMA controller. Once this service is over, the channel 1 will become the having the lowest priority. And then 2, 3, 0, and 1 will be the priority set. But then suppose 2 is being serviced at the second service point. 2 is serviced, so 2 will become the lowest priority and 3 will become the highest, 0, 1, and 2. But while entertaining the services of channel 1 in the first service, it will not entertain any kind of request from 0, 2, and 3. But once the services of 1 is over, it is being entertained, it will have it the lowest priority. Now, the register descriptions. We have seen that there are a lot of registers which are available in DMA controller for the different purposes. There are certain registers which are used to hold the addresses. There are certain registers which are used to hold the counting value. There are certain registers which are used to set or reset the masks. They are called mask register. There are certain registers which are known as request registers. So one by one, we will be discussing the each registers. First one is the current address register. And this current address register is available in every channel. Since we have 4 channels, every channel has this 16-bit address current address register. And this register stores the value of the address used during the DMA transfer. The address is automatically incremented or decremented by 1 after each transfer, and the value of the address are stored in the current address register during the transfer. So what is happening once suppose a particular address is there available in the current address register and it is the copying operation has been done, then the content of the current address register will be incremented by 1. It is done by the incrementer. So the next time the current address register will have its either incremented form of the address or the decremented form of the address by 1. Now the register, this current address register is written as well as it can be read by the microprocessor itself in successive 8-bit bytes, and also is reinitialized after the end of operation in the auto initialization mode. Whenever there is an auto initialization mode after an end of the process, this auto initialization mode will automatically load the current address register by the base address. So second one is the current word count register. This current word count register, now this register is also available in every channel along with the current address register. And this register is going to determine the number of bytes to be transferred from one place to another place. Suppose we have a source is a memory, and from the memory we have to transfer the data. So before we must know what is the address of that memory from where we want to transfer the data. In DMA operation, it is also necessary to know that how many counts has to be transferred, whether there are 10 bytes, whether there are 20 bytes, whether there are 100 bytes, how many bytes has to be transferred. That value is stored in the word count register. So the actual number of the transfer will be 1. Now, whenever we load certain value into the current word count register, the actual number of the transfer is going to become 1 more than the number which is programmed, which is written in the current word count register. Suppose the by programming, by writing the content into the current word count register, suppose it is 100. So the actual transfer which used to take place is the 101. Now the word count is being decremented after each transfer. And when this value of the register goes and becomes zero, a terminal count will be generated. That will be going to give the information to the end of the process that all the bytes which are required to be transferred has been transferred. Now, again, this register is being loaded or it can be read by the microprocessor itself. The third one is the base address and the base word count register. And again, each channel has its own base address and base word count register. And both are again 16-bit registers. And these registers are working parallel with the current address register and the current word count register. Because whenever we are serving, it is the current address register which will be giving the address of the memory. So whenever there is a process of auto initialization or all the data which are required to be transferred has been transferred, it is the value of the base address and the base word count register. It is automatically in the auto initialization mode. It is going to be copied in the CAR and CWCR. And similarly, as CAR and CWCR is a 16-bit, so base address and the base word count register is also 16-bit. And its use is during the auto initialization process, because in auto initialization process, these values which are stored in the base address and the base word count register, it is being copied in the CAR and CWCR. And this base and how the value of the base address and base word count register is being written. It is written simultaneously by the microprocessor while it is writing something into the current address register and the current word count register. The next one is the command register. Now, the bit pattern of the command register has been shown here. And this bit pattern is known as command word. The bit pattern which is written in the command register is known as command word. And this is an 8-bit register. And this register, the content of this register is going to control the operation of 8237, that is DMA controller. And again, it is programmed, it is written by the microprocessor, and it will be going to be clear. It will be cleared whenever we put a reset button or whenever we have a master clear instruction. Now, the command register contains 8-bit. The first bit, that is the 0 bit, is the whether it is a memory to memory transfer or something else. If it is 0, it is memory to memory disable. If it is 1, it means it is a memory to memory enable. Second one is bit number 1. It is 0 if channel 0 hold channel 0 address hold disable, and if it is 1, channel 0 address hold enable. And if it is nothing, if bit is 0, is equal to 0. The bit number 2 is 0 or 1. If it is 0, controller is enabled. If it is 1, controller is disabled. Similarly, bit number 3 is 0, then it is normal timing. And if it is bit number 3, it is the compressed timing. Bit number 4, if it is 0, it is working in the fixed priority. If it is 1, it is working in a rotating priority. Bit number 5, if it is 0, so late write selection. And if it is 1, it is extended write selection. And it is not used if bit 3 is equal to 1. Bit number 6 is 0. This means the data request sends active high. And if it is bit number 6 is 1, it means the data request sends active is low. Bit number 7, it is going to give the acknowledgement signal, sends active low, and 1. So it is going to give data acknowledgement sense for the active high. So the purpose is to command, because whether it is a memory to memory operation, whether which channel has to be activated, channel 0 or channel 1 is activated, whether it is a controller is enabled or not, whether we are using normal timing, whether we are using fixed priority or rotating priority, whether we want, whether it is able to sense the request signal, whether it is sending the acknowledgement signal. All these things are written in a command register through which it is going to command the operations of 8237. Then we have a mode register. Now this mode register is available in every channel. Of course, the command register is available is only one in number, but mode register along with the CAR and CWCR and the base address and the word count, it is available in every channel. It is a 6-bit mode register. Mode register is of 6-bit. And when this register is being written by the microprocessor, bit 0 and bit 1, this bit 0 and this bit 1 is going to determine which channel mode register is to be written, which channel mode register has to be written. Meaning thereby, if it is 00, channel 0 will be selected. If it is 01, it is channel 1 is selected. If it is 10, channel 2 is selected. If it is 11, it is channel 3 is selected. And when it is without any, neither 0, so it is a read back. It means microprocessor is reading the process, reading the contents of the register. Bit number 2 and bit number 3 is going to have the information what kind of transfer type, whether it is a verified transfer, it is a write transfer, whether it is a read transfer, or it is a mega transfer. Bit number 4 is going to decide whether it is in the auto initialization is enabled or auto initialization is disabled. Next one is the bit number 5. It is going whether the address will be incremented or address will be decremented. Bit number 6 is going to decide that bit number 6 and bit number 7 is going to decide whether it is a demand mode selection, whether it is a single mode selection, whether it is a block mode selection, or it is a cascade mode selection. So based on the bits values of this mode register, the channel will be selected, and the channel which is selected, which is working in which type of transfer, whether auto initialization is on or not, whether address has to be incremented or decremented, or in which mode, whether it is single mode, block mode, cascade mode, or the demand mode, whatever mode it is working. So mode register content is going to give all these kinds of the information. Then we have a request register. This 8237 micro DMA controller is going to respond for any request signal which is asserted by any device. And this is being done through the channel. So whenever a device is going to make a request for the DMA service, each channel has its own request bit, which is associated with the channel. And it is actually a 4-bit request register. Meaning thereby, bit number 0 and 1 is going to select the channel. Whether it is 00, channel 0 will be selected. Similarly, 01, 10, and 11. And bit number 2, it is going to either reset the request bit or it is going to set the request bit. If the bit number 2 is set to 1, it means the device which wants to make a DMA request can be entertained by the DMA. Otherwise, it will not. If it is 0, it will not. And bit number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bit number don't care bits. These all are the from 4 to 7. These are the and all 1 is being read. Either it will be 0 or it will be 1. So this is the purpose of the request register. Now each register bit is either set or reset separately by using the instruction or by using the program. Then we have the mask register. Now each channel has its own mask bit, which can be set or reset, meaning it can be enabled or disabled upon the incoming of the data request signal. Each mask bit is set when its associated channel produces an end of the process if the channel is not programmed to initialize. Now the bit pattern of the mask register has been shown here. This is the bit pattern, that how it is being selected, that uh, uh, 0001, and bit number 2 is going to give the information about the masking of the bit. If it is 0, clear mask bit. If it is 1, it means bit is being set depending upon the value of this 0, depending upon the channel selected through bit number 0 and bit number 1. Now all 4 bits of the mask register may also be written with a single command. Now this can be written by a single command by using this one, in which you can see that bit number 0 and 1 is going to, if it is 0, it is going to clear the channel 0 mask bit. If it is 1, it is going to set 1, so set channel 0 mask bit. If bit number 1, channel 1, bit number 2, channel 2, bit number 3, channel 3. So with the help of single command, by using this, by writing something into the mask register, we can set or reset the mask bit of the individual channels. Then we have status register. The status register contains the information about the status of the device and the status of the device which is connected with the channel. So what is the status of the device, such as channel has reached to the terminal count or still it is in going process? Still, because when the channel count is having certain values, it means the process is going on, as well as it is going to give the information about the pending request. Now the status register is again is a 8-bit register, and the different bits of the status register is going to give the information whether the individual channel has reached to the terminal count, because whenever a services has been provided by DMA, we know that there is a word count register which is decremented or incremented subsequently after each transfer. So it may be possible that at a certain stage, the terminal count will be going to 0. So this bit 0 is 1 if channel 0 has reached to terminal count. Bit 1, this is indicating channel 1, this is indicating channel 2, this is indicating channel 3. And similarly, bit number 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to give the information about the pending request which has been arised by channel 0, channel 1, channel 2, and channel 3 simultaneously. Then we have temporary registers. Temporary registers are used to hold the data during the memory to memory transfer, because we know that the source memory address content will be first copied into the temporary register, and then from the temporary register it is copied into the destination address. So that's all.